I wanted to ask you, obviously, about Poland. Your parents are Polish. I was wondering, if you come to Poland, do you feel like you're at home, and do you have that feeling that you have to try harder to play for Polish people because Stella is kind of Polish?
I think it's the opposite probably because people know Stella is Polish, and maybe also just the way our music affects this place. I don't know what it is, but we always have really open and really fun shows here, historically.
Good fans.
Yeah.
The way that Polish people respond to music is it's kind of what we're attracted to in a way, you know? They're into like, I don't know, jazz. Like there's like
just like her band.
There's like scenes that just don't. The trends are kind of flipped a little bit sometimes in Poland. I find there are certain things that exist in Poland that, you know, bands that will be brought out here that maybe are kind of obsolete in other parts of the world, and there's still a love for them over here. And I think so. I don't think Poland necessarily looks at the rest of the world to formulate what's trendy and what's cool. You know, it's just Polacks like what they like, you know.
And I guess you recorded some music with Brodka.
Yeah. I almost played with her tonight.
Oh.
Almost, but she's playing right now, I think, so the timing just didn't work out. It was either this interview or playing with Brodka, so this was a really important interview for me. And actually for Emily. Emily was really adamant that we do it.
Get here.
Yeah. But she's awesome, yeah.
Okay, and you have a band. You also say that you are friends, and obviously
we say that.
Yeah. And obviously
It's kind of our thing.
And you are women, and I was thinking about the girl power movement today. Do you feel like you represent that movement, and did it change? Because back in the day it was punk music, right? And now people associate girl power with bands like you.
That's very flattering, I would say. Yeah. I mean, Can you answer this question?
Shouldn't you be speaking in Polish? This seems like that would be so much more fun.
I feel like you would be really left out.
I'm already thinking about so many other things right now.
Really?
No, I'm kidding.
We can. We'll do the last question. We'll talk about you in Polish.
Okay.
How about that?
I think that like we were talking about phases and cycles of things. When something becomes slightly more on the radar, I think it inspires more people to do that thing because it's on their radar, you know, and it looks cool, or all of a sudden it seems attainable when before you hadn't maybe even thought of it, you know. So I know that there's girls out there that saw all of us playing together and realized that they had a few friends and they could try it. They could do it. You know, our story starts as we're not all seasoned veteran musicians when we started, and a lot of the ways that we learned to play music was with each other. Especially predating Stella, because Stella was already like a professional by the time she was 5 years old. But
I wish.
But you know, I think that you'll end up with a thing that seems like a scene when enough people are doing it that the media picks it up and calls it that. There's always things happening like this, but what gets popular is usually a strange stroke of luck and a perfect storm of things working out that make you catch the attention of either the media or a label or somebody who wants to kind of capitalize on that idea. And for a long time, it's been slightly unfashionable to be, you know, like if you could pick being like a male musician or a female musician when you are born, you'd probably pick male musician because of the opportunities in the past. I mean, women have always been in music and they always will be, but as far as having the kind of equality and same stage time and air time, it hasn't been like that, you know. It's been almost seen a little bit as more niche than just the male voice or the male you know, whatever, for whatever reason. So I'd say more than like there were riot girls, yes, and there was all sorts of different kinds of scenes that happened.
Poets.
Yeah, there's and then
Spice Girls.
Yeah, Spice Girls. When you said girl power, that's the first thing I thought of, which is also awesome. You know,
It was powerful.
And
I was into it.
Exactly. She's a product of girl power too.
Product of the Spice Girls.
So with all that though, I think at this particular moment in time, music is very open in a lot of ways. You know, you can make music online, you can make music on your iPhone, and somebody could put that on their album. You know, you can do anything now. I think when you do it with confidence, you have an audience because you don't have to go through labels anymore. You can just go directly to the people, and then maybe it's not so separate, and things are becoming more. It's all one big giant platform of diversity, and that's how I appreciate looking at it for myself, because I think when you start breaking things into categories, you might filter out some of the potency of us just all doing what we do.
And when you guys think about your first record and your newest record, would you be able to describe how you changed, both in terms of your sound and as people? Because I imagine that you evolve, you write about different things, you have way more to say.
Yeah.
So you're saying from the last record to this record?
The first record to this most recent record. So that's 7 years. I mean, wow. I think everyone's calmed down a little bit. Most people are in like stable relationships, which helps, I think, in terms of slowing.
Sexually.
Well, yeah, but also just like the things just being like, yeah, totally. But also just being compulsive on the road. Like there's things that you want to do, but if you have someone or like a philosophy that or like a goal professionally or personally that you're working towards, that's not just, oh my god, this is so exciting, we're playing all these festivals and we're traveling around the world with our friends and we're meeting all these new amazing people. The third or fourth time that happens, you kind of have to find your own center, and I think it seems like we're all a lot more focused on our own, what makes each of us individually happy, which helps the group function better. Grounding yourself, I suppose. Yeah. And also after a certain point, you know, people go either way with this, but when you tour for a long time, you can kind of either get further and further into the lifestyle. It's very easy to get caught up in it because it's exhausting and you're up all night, and what else are you going to do? You know, then like drink and do whatever you want. But I think at a certain point, like at least for us, music and what we're doing artistically and what we want to do, especially, you know, you can't do this forever. I mean, you can if you're certain people, I guess. Certain people can do it forever or are continually growing as artists, but I think it's like important for me, at least. I feel like I'd like to really focus and enjoy the process, but not get too caught up in the frills.
The bonuses, as some might say.